The island of Dajjal. There was once a man named Tamim al-Dari, an Arab who had been a Christian before converting to Islam. He stood up one day and shared the following account. We were sailing on a ship when a violent storm hit us. We lost our course and drifted until we reached an island. We came ashore, he said, and a creature approached us, covered in so much fur that it was impossible to tell its front from its back, its head from its tail. We asked, "What are you? We have never seen anything like you before." The creature replied, "I am al-Jassasa." We said, "What is al-Jassasa?" It said, "O people, go to the man who is waiting for you in the monastery." A monastery, a place of worship, similar to what we would call a church or temple today. The creature said, "There is a man there who is eagerly waiting to hear news from you." They continued, "We fled from the creature in fear, thinking it was a jinn. We made our way to a structure built for worship. Suddenly, we saw before us a man of enormous size, unlike anything we had ever seen. His hands were chained to his neck, and his head and hands were bound to his feet so that he could barely lift his head. He was bound so tightly he could not move. We asked, 'What are you?' He replied, 'You are free to harm me, for I am chained, but I have the right to ask you questions first.' They said, 'Ask your questions, Dajjal.' We are people from Arabia. We set sail on our ship, a storm broke out, and we became lost and wandered until we landed on this island. We came ashore and encountered that creature, covered in fur, which directed us to you. They said, 'We were deeply afraid of this man. We felt a sense of danger being near him.' But the conversation continued. The man said to them, 'Tell me about the date palms of Baysan.' Baysan is a city in Jordan. He wanted to know about the date palms that once grew there in abundance. They asked, 'What exactly do you want to know about Baysan in Jordan?' He said, 'I want to know, are there more palm trees now, and are they bearing fruit or not yet?' They replied, 'Yes, there are many palm trees there, and they bear plenty of dates, more than in many other places we know of.' He said, 'Very soon, those date palms will wither and stop bearing fruit.' And indeed, today Jordan produces very few dates, even though they were once plentiful there. Now listen carefully. He then said, 'Tell me about Buhayrat Tabariya. Do you know what that is? It is the Sea of Tiberias, more commonly known as the Sea of Galilee, a freshwater lake located near the southwest of Syria.' They asked, 'What do you want to know about it?' He asked, 'Is there water in it?' They replied, 'Yes, it is full of water.' He said, 'Soon the water will begin to recede, and the lake will cease to exist.' And indeed, today the water levels there have significantly dropped." He then said, "Tell me about the spring of Zughar." The spring of Zughar is located roughly several days' journey from the Temple Mount in Jerusalem, in the territory known today as Israel. They asked, "What do you want to know about this spring?" He asked, "Is it a large spring? Do people use it to grow crops around it? Is there still plenty of water in it?" They replied, "Yes, there is plenty of water there, and much is cultivated around it." "Tell me about the unlettered prophet, the one who cannot read or write. What has he done?" They said, "He appeared in Mecca and now lives in Yathrib, Medina." He asked, "Is his own people at war with him?" They replied, "Yes." He asked, "What has he accomplished?" They said, "He was driven out by his own tribe, but he went to other Arabs in Yathrib, and those who accepted Islam joined him and pledged their allegiance to him." The chained man asked, "Is this true?" They said, "Yes." He replied, "Listen well, for those who obey him." And with these words, he essentially acknowledged and affirmed the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. Now let me tell you about myself. Truly, I am the Messiah. I am Isa, Jesus. He said, very soon, given the signs you have just told me about, I will be permitted to leave this place. I will return, and I will walk the earth. He said, there will not be a single city, village, or place on earth that I will not visit, and I will do all of this in 40 days. The entire world in 40 days, everywhere except 2 places, Mecca and Medina. He said, both of these places will be forbidden to me. And when we say entering a city, we mean conquering it, taking control of it. He continued, every time I attempt to enter one of them, an angel standing guard with a sword will prevent me from entering Mecca and Medina. So where is Dajjal right now? On one occasion, the Prophet ﷺ grabbed his staff and placed it near his foot. He then began striking the ground with it. He was visibly shaken. Something deeply significant was on his mind. He struck the ground and said, look, this is Taiba, Medina. This is Medina, the very place where you are standing right now. Have I not told you that this man will come, but will not be able to enter this land? They said, yes, O messenger of God, because he had told them about this many times before. He said, the account of Tamim al-Dari moved me deeply when he shared it with me, because it is exactly what I had been telling you about Mecca and Medina. Hear me well. Dajjal is somewhere near the oceans, on one of the islands, somewhere to the east of Medina, somewhere in that direction. He said, somewhere in one of the oceans, to the east. Even the Prophet ﷺ, peace be upon him, did not know the exact location, only that it was somewhere in that direction, in the region of the Middle East. Allahu Alim. This is not a story from the distant past. This is a warning about what is coming. Guard your faith, guard your mind, because when the time comes, the only shield will be what lives in your heart. May Allah protect us all.